stay top of mind. Don't settle with the fact that someone made a first purchase. That's when you should think the game actually starts. Like, okay, now we have to lock in and make sure they buy again in the next X amount of time. That's the goal.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Unstoppable Marketer Podcast. With me, as always, is Mark Goldhart, my co-host. Mark, how are you doing this Tuesday morning?
Doing well.
Good.
Doing well.
Summer is officially over.
That's right. It is.
At least from a kid's perspective.
Yeah, no, this is the last week.
Like the actual...
Yeah, there's a monsoon coming through, so temperatures are going to drop next week.
Seriously?
And then they're not going to come back up, I bet.
Really?
We're going to see like the 80s, and then it's probably going to be 80s from here on out.
Lower 80s.
And then 70s soon after, and then 60s, and then...
It's a good time.
30s.
It's a really good time. I'm excited. Speaking of summer ending, summer's ending.
Yeah, we did record last week.
No, we didn't.
I was in Yellowstone.
Yeah, you were gone.
We'll pass over the videos. Saw grizzly bears.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone wants to see it.
We saw 5 grizzly bears.
That is pretty crazy.
1 black bear. A bighorn sheep, a female.
They're just roaming around?
A ewe. I think they still call them ewes.
What is that?
Female sheep.
Oh, okay. You saw some bison?
Yeah, we saw the quintessential things like the bison and the elk, and
what about
caught
birds?
some big old bugs.
What about
there was a salmon fly hatch going on, so there's some big old. I mean, they're like that big.
Oh, cool.
Got in the river, pulled out some rocks, found some stone flies.
What about like eagles? You seen eagles?
No,
really.
No eagles this time. Usually you do. But a lot of osprey.
Oh, cool.
Which are cool.
Yeah.
Saw some diving down, catching some stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, it was great. End of summer trip for us.
Yeah. Last week we won't record. Now we should every week.
Yeah, we should. We'll see. But end of summer means your store might be up or down right now. Probably
hopefully
feeling
up.
a little volatile, but it should be smoothing out in
the next couple weeks, yeah. Because you've gotten people like, for example, my kids just went back to school. My nieces and nephews go back to school this week.
Yeah.
And then I was just talking to some people, and theirs go back next week. You know, so we're kind of in this stage of where it's still kind of back to schoolish season if you have anything like that works. But hopefully over the next couple weeks, you're going to start to see some improvements because you're going to have people who are going to be more regularly on their phones.
Yeah.
And not just with...
But it's you're underneath a bind, though. You're in between a rock and a hard spot.
Explain.
So if you're a store owner, this is what's happening. You have buying behavior is going to normalize, and people get excited because you have back to school, and then you have Labor Day, and then you have, hey, I need stuff for winter, but then you have, oh wait, Black Friday soon. Coming. And so then you're going to hit October and feel like, oh no, everything's breaking again, but it's just, there are seasonal trends that you just have to be aware of.
Totally. And remember that, you know, I think that everybody gets so focused. This is just a common thing we're seeing as we're onboarding new clients and talking to new people all the time is like, there's still people who are so ingrained in, I have to have a certain amount of ROAS. My ROAS or my efficiency metrics must be X or else it doesn't work out. But you need to look at like the bigger picture and not just look at things by week and by month, but start to look at things by quarter, you know, start to look at things by year. There are plenty of brands that we work with that might break even or even lose money month to month, but once a quarter, they have a really big launch or a really big sale or something huge that just crushes, and it makes up for any lack of profitability they had in the prior month or prior 2 months, you know? Yeah. And not saying that that's how we work with all clients, but there's just some scenarios in which you shouldn't slow down just because things get less efficient. Meaning, if we're defining cohorts by people who buy within the same month, right? That's a specific cohort. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk more about this on the podcast, but we've found that October cohorts oftentimes for brands will become the best cohort or best returning customers for November during Black Friday.
Yeah, they do.
Right. So a lot of people get scared because
Your CPAs
conversion
may go
rates
up or
dip
your
and
ROI might
CPAs
go
increase in October. And so people stop spending money and they stop acquiring customers, and then they get less returning customer revenue.
They do. Don't get scared.
So look at your data.
Your data will tell
Understand
you.
there's times and seasons for everything. And just
Heroin?
know that we're about to be in a good, September oftentimes is a good one because you got Labor Day, like you said, and back to school.
Yeah.
But it might change shortly.
But cohort data is an important piece to the puzzle of how people approach acquisition, I think.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So definition of a cohort is, a group of people, when we're talking on Shopify or, your e-commerce store, a group of people that have bought within a certain time frame. So it's either you have month cohorts, you can have quarterly cohorts, you can have daily, weekly, whatever.
Right.
But it's usually going to be by month.
Often, at least that's the metric Shopify will give you.
Yeah,
is
that's the
really good
metric.
metrics by month.
Yeah.
For the layman.
And then in that cohort, it's going to show you, it's generally going to be laid out as the cohort's going to be the left, the y-axis, and then the x-axis is going to be the time that has passed from that cohort. So 0 means same month.
Yep.
1 is the next month.
Yep.
2 is 2 months later. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right.
Yep. Let me just, we'll even give you a graph here. What you'll see is you'll see the month. You'll see a total amount of revenue.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see.
Or percentage, because you can do it retention rate.
Or just revenue. Yeah.
Revenue, whatever.
Then the next column will be how much new customer, for example, revenue was made that month.
Yep.
Then you have column 0 month, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month. And so what that means is of all the people who bought at once in that month, this is how many in month 0 came back and spent.
Or how much more money from that cohort. You can change the metric.
Yeah. So you might have like $100,000 here.
And then 10.
And then 10 grand. And then 6 grand in month 1.
Or you might have your retention rate, which would be 3% to 20% bought within that time frame to the next, to the next, to the next.
Yeah. We'll put a little.
So the reason why it's an important metric is because we all know that lifetime value is going to be heavily dictated upon purchasing behavior within 90 days.
Yes.
And even more so within 30 and 60 days.
Do you want to give the stat?
Depending on AOV.
Do you want to give that stat? Like why it's so important in those first time frames?
Well, if somebody doesn't come back and buy
within
like a 60-day period, it's usually your LTV is going to drop by like 80%.
Yeah. Within the year.
Yes.
And on the flip side, it's like if they come back and buy for a second time, their lifetime value will double in that same year compared to if they don't. It'll take 5 years for them to reach that or something like that. It's a crazy metric. So
month 0, 1, and 2 are way more important than I think most people are paying attention to. So we talk about acquisition a lot, and yes, acquisition is going to be the gasoline in the engine, but you have to be checking your oil, and that retention is going to be the oil of your engine. You got to make sure that it's actually lubricated and working well.
Yeah.
Right? That you're getting the rotation that you need out of the fuel that you're putting into the engine. And what we have noticed is across quite a few stores, your month 0, 1, and 2 cohorts have gone down dramatically.
Since
2021.
Yeah.
There have been changes within deliverability, and iOS has changed their mail. So there's things going on in the email world for sure that you might be aware of or you are aware of, but it's a big problem that people need to address, because if you just solved that, your acquisition, you would feel a lot better about your acquisition.
Totally.
Because your acquisition is making you feel a certain way, but if you're not getting people to come back within a certain, especially that short time frame, because there's some brands that had we've looked at some reports, and it's like they had a 10 to 15% month zero. So within the same month, if they bought in June,
15% of people
15%
come
people were
back and
buying
buy
again in June.
Yeah.
And that's dropped down to like 5%.
Yeah. A lot of it's been cut in half or more.
And you're
seeing.
thinking, what is going on, right? So we've been doing digging. We're not going to give away all our secrets. I hope you put a little clip of Frodo saying, yeah, you can keep your secrets then.
All right, then, keep your secrets.
But we do want to help at least guide you guys in the right direction.
Yeah. So you mentioned a couple reasons, like, let's try to address some of the whys.
Yeah, so we've seen that there's some kind of deliverability thing going on. Like it appears that email isn't quite reaching the same amount of people.
Yeah.
For some accounts, or it's not getting delivered, or people aren't paying attention to their email in the same way that they used to.
Yes, I was going to say you got deliverability plus you've got just like attention.
Maybe email fatigue.
Yeah.
Like everyone's getting a million emails.
Yeah, I think right now, like if I look at my phone, look at your phone too, like what does your app say? How many emails do you have? Unopened emails?
Unopened emails?
Yeah. Like do you have the little like icon?
Oh, I'll tell you.
I'm going to bet you that mine is over yours.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, what's yours?
28,920.
28,000?
28,000.
Wow. It's hiding some of mine, but yeah, mine says 2,200. Oh. 24,096.
Now, to be fair, I don't use my personal email very much for this reason, right? It's because it's just like, it's overly fatigued. Like the idea of going into that and like dealing with that just makes me sick.
Yeah.
You know?
It
So
makes you nauseous.
You know, and I also have 94 unanswered texts. Like that's actually kind of crazy too.
Well, all mail.
So there's communication fatigue.
I do declare email bankruptcy like twice a year though.
Yeah. Meaning what?
I just delete everything.
Oh yeah. I should do that. But there's not like an easy way to do it. So somebody's been talking about like AI agents that will do this for you.
I just declare it and just delete it.
Yeah.
Say sorry if you want to.
Hopefully there's nothing important in here. So
See ya.
Back to it. You've got email fatigue. Why do you have email fatigue?
Well, everybody's emailing, but the email has become the house mailbox. It's just, you're just expecting a certain level of spam.
Totally.
And it's just kind of is what it is. But I mean, I don't know if the behavior has changed that much over 5 years. Maybe it has, but there's also some deliverability things going on with like email providers. It appears that that might be going on, but the big thing is I just think people don't send enough emails. Like people just are not communicating enough with their customer. I think that's really
totally
like that's the only thing you can change in some of these situations.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people are thinking to themselves, so a lot of people will hear this like, oh, well, if everyone's overdoing it, does email even work? Should I even do it?
Means you should do it more.
Yeah, it means you should do it more.
Yeah,
right. Because
you're trying to catch them.
Yeah, like
there's a good chance your email is just getting below 7 other emails.
Yeah, it's an at-bats game.
Yes.
Right? It is totally an at-bats game. Right?
And all the D2C darlings that you guys hear about online, we have tracked their emails. They are sending, if you're listening to this
at
podcast,
a minimum one a day.
You are probably behind them by 90%. They are probably out sending you 10 to 1.
Totally.
Especially within the first 7 days of sign up and then after purchase.
Oh, those first 10 days are crazy.
Yeah.
Like the brands that are crushing it, those first 10 days are nuts. 1 to 3 emails a day. And you might say, well, I don't want to scare them off. I think people used to get scared off, but people's intentions aren't like, I'm unsubscribing from these people. And guess what? If they're unsubscribing, that's totally fine. In fact, that's going to save you money down the long run.
Yeah, you don't even want to be emailing people if they're not going to buy, right?
Yeah.
So the point is, look at your cohort data, try to figure out if there is a correlation with your cohort data and performance. I guarantee there is. And look at your email performance over time. Like, are you a brand, and there's a good chance you are, that you're thinking, hey, maybe performance has gone down, or, if maybe you're looking at a blended metric, maybe you're looking at I don't know what your performance metrics that you're looking at. We look at ours that we deem are the best, but if your performance is going down, it's probably a combination of, yes, there's acquisition problems, probably, but there's probably a bigger thing that's going unknown and unseen in your cohorts.
And a quick way to look at this is just look at, like, compare the last 5 years, what your annual clicks are from email. Like, that's a really easy way to just look at it.
You can look at a third party like Google or even Shopify will show you.
Klaviyo will show you too, or whatever email provider. Just say, what were my clicks in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024? And now you might have grown from those times, so you'll have to look at that in relation to sessions as well. So look at, like, overall sessions. So for example, if you had 100,000 sessions in 2021 and you had, 50,000 clicks or whatever, from an email, you can also look at the ratios too.
Yep.
But if you're going down, you don't even need to look at the ratios as much, right? If you're going downhill, you went 100,000 to 90,000, 80,000 to 60,000, you can just start to see, like, well, what is my ratio on email?
Yeah. Like,
so
why?
I think
why is it going down?
Yeah. Email and SMS, by the way. And then I think the other thing that's important to note as to why these cohorts are lower and dipping is, like, I think we've also seen a massive decrease in reach organically for a lot of brands.
We're for sure seeing
such a big decrease in reach organically.
If you're a brand, you have felt your brand's reach go down organically.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and that helps. Obviously, reach is good for acquisition, but, like, also just being top of mind for your current customers as well.
Well, for example, let's go back to the chronological feed of 2016. If you're a brand and you're launching a new product, you could count on your feed reaching your audience and letting them know you have a new product, and you could count on your emails reaching your audience, or vice versa, right? They saw it on their feed and then they see their email and then they come to site, so that you had this natural flywheel organic effect of reaching your audience very directly and very quickly.
Yeah.
That you don't have anymore.
Sure.
Like, you post that you have a new release, like, you're not necessarily reaching
totally
your audience in the way you used to be.
Yep.
So like you said, the organic piece, we're not saying that, like the acquisition side for sure, but if you're not reaching people about a new release or whatever, the sale or whatever,
yep, or new content that's just fun,
then those retention rates go down, right? Like, it's hard, they don't know about it.
Yep.
So we have to reframe going forward with marketing. And yes, we're biased. We have an agency, but you're going to have to, everyone has to rethink of how you get the attention of not only prospects, but of your customers again. You do need to focus on acquisition and what your actual new customer returns are and your profits. But within that 60-day, 90-day period, whatever it is, you'll have to determine that in your data.
Yeah.
You're going to have to start making some decisions that might hurt you as a store owner or as a marketer, but you're going to have to start thinking about what happens to my retention rate if we test A, B, or C.
This episode of The Unstoppable Marketer is brought to you by BFF Creative. Let's be real, hiring designers and video editors can get super expensive, and that's why I'm excited about what BFF Creative has done. They've built a subscription design service that gives you the feel of an in-house creative team, but at a fraction of the cost, which I'm sure we all could use right now. From ad creatives to social media posts, video edits to full website designs, BFF gives you unlimited designs and unlimited requests starting at just $1,000 a month. The best part about this, their custom app makes it super easy to submit projects, give feedback, review work, and store all of your creative in one place. As a listener of the podcast, you get 25% off your first 2 months with code UNSTOPPABLE25. That means unlimited creative for as little as $750 a month. Go check them out right now at bffcreative.co. Well, I have a third thing I want to bring up as to why it's hurting. So I'll bring that up, but I also want to just bring up this analogy. It's a very similar situation as, like, if you are in the dating market And I have not been in the dating market for 16 years, so things may have changed. But if you're in the dating market and you go on a date with, somebody and you really like her or him, do you wait 30 days?
Some do. Yeah, it's called the game.
But it probably never wins.
It's called playing the game, right?
But like if it's 30 days, like that's not going to win.
Oh, you can't text them
Right.
too soon.
Yeah, sure. You might not, you might wait a day or two if you want to play the game, right? Like to not be overly enthusiastic. But like you're going to
Sure.
have to make contact with that person in a meaningful way within a shorter amount of time,
Absolutely.
right? Now the third reason why I think
But playing the game, yeah. I don't think playing the game works for anybody.
in the long run, no. For the most part.
Yeah.
For long-term healthy relationships.
Right.
Yeah. I guess it depends on what your goal is.
You're just trying to like psychologically manipulate people.
Yeah.
But guess what? We're talking about stores and people
Yes.
and like you're not in a relationship and like it's just about being top of mind. It's that simple.
Totally.
Like we don't have to even turn this into something it's not. It's same thing that we talked about with Sydney Sweeney. What is she doing for these brands? She is making all of them top of mind because she is top of mind.
Totally. That was going to be my third
That's it.
thing. That was going to be my third thing is like, I think the other thing that's hurting brands. So if like you look at 2021 versus 2025, one huge factor that we haven't discussed, but we talk about it all the time on the podcast is that it's never been easier to start a business. So in 2021, you had competition, but everyone's competition has grown 10x.
I think you go back to 2018, but yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone's competition grows every single year, and which goes back to the top of mind. So like
Everybody's got an idea
how did American Eagle become top of mind? They did something different,
and they were top of mind.
right? Right. So not only did they take Sydney Sweeney, who was top of mind, but they took a controversial topic that just differentiated them from other
Well,
people.
it wasn't even.
Well,
It turned controversial. It would have
Totally.
been. It would have been viral no matter what because it's
Sydney Sweeney.
again we're talking about.
Yes.
She's
But
a voluptuous woman.
But they just
and
did something different, right?
They were showing her off, and she likes to
So
show off.
So brands that are doing things in a different way is also a very big win when it comes to standing out. You just have to do things different.
Yes. And be top of mind. And top of mind is repetition.
Yeah.
Right? Like how many times?
One of the ways to be top of mind
Yes.
is repetition, right?
In fact, I would say that's the most scientific way
For
of
sure.
standing out is repetition. If you see something multiple times, you're psychologically, scientifically, it starts being associated in that person's mind as truth.
For sure.
However you want to define that word, truth. So the best way to stand out, yes, is, oh, I saw that red Beamer. Oh, I saw that red Beamer. Oh, I saw that red Beamer.
Yeah.
Why am I seeing red BMWs? Like, have you ever gone through a day and you start noticing like something pop up 5 different times? Like,
Totally.
oh, now I'm thinking about like,
Yeah, Tesla did this really good, right? Like Tesla went from like only the rich and famous,
oh, that's
Had
a
a
cool
Tesla?
car. That's a cool car.
and now it's such a common car because it was just everywhere. So people started to believe like, oh, this is a good car. This is something I need. This
Oh,
is
it's
something
reliable. Like
I'm
now
going to
the
I'm going to
mindset has
invest
changed.
my money into it because I'm going to save. I'm going to
Yes.
It's actually it's such a common car.
The social factor here, right, is like repetition. Like you can cut through the repetition to truth with like social proof, right? So using other people's voices and having validation around it. But at the end of the day, the
But
best
that's
way
even
to
repetition.
well, it is repetition, but it cuts through the idea that like, hey, I now
the trustworthiness
yes,
side of it.
I
see
now
what you're saying.
believe that this is a trustworthy car like Tesla because I've seen it so much. So like, it must be good if so many people are getting it.
Totally.
Like that happens over time, but you can cut through that with ads. But with the repetition part is, the more someone sees you, the more top of mind you are.
And this is why product seeding is also a really cool thing too.
Yes. So
Right. I know a
product
lot of
seeding-
people are kind of over it, but it's like, once again, like how did Comfort, the sweatpants and sweater company, become a $300 million company? It's because every single
People were
person wore
wearing
it
it.
on TikTok.
Oh, it
So
must
like,
be a
oh,
good company.
I've never experienced sweatpants like them before. I
Yes.
must think, you know?
And so I think sometimes with marketing, guys, the lesson here with cohorts and just staying top of mind and getting people to come back is, I think we sometimes as marketers and businesses try to outthink first principles. And the name of the game of marketing, and it always has been and always will be, is top of mind, and that involves repetition. So yes, that's part of the acquisition side, but then the retention side too. Like, they bought your product. You are now top of mind. You now have an opportunity to not just be a product they bought and forgot about, but be a brand that is embedded into their lifestyle.
For sure.
And oftentimes after selling them, and they spent their money, that's the most powerful vote in America, right? Is they spent money on your thing.
Yeah.
And now you're just going to like let them hang out. Like, oh, I don't want to talk to them. Like,
totally.
Maybe they're busy.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll give them till next week.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't have to open an email, guys. Like, you're not calling them.
They don't have to open a text. 100%.
Follow up with them. Be top of mind, and
offer them stuff.
Offer them upsells.
Treat them like the people who just supported you.
Yes.
You know, like, treat them well. It's like there's not a single restaurant nowadays that you go to that doesn't have some sort of like, oh, you've shopped with us 4 times, you get a free drink. You get a free, like.
In fact, there's a great example. I want to bring this up. There's a good argument to be made that people always look at discounts as a way to get new customers.
Yeah.
There's actually great evidence, depending on your brand, that you should probably not ever give a new customer a discount.
Totally. But
the deeper the discount for new customers, the worst type of customers they tend to be.
Totally.
They're not going to come back very often. They're not going to have high lifetime values. They're discount shoppers.
Yeah.
And if you are a discount brand, whatever, but most of you probably aren't.
Yeah.
But your returning customers, you've already made an impression on them.
Yeah.
Now you could get to make them feel special by curating an offer for them.
Totally.
So going back to what you said, like, hey, I go to whatever, I get a free drink after 10 times.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel special. Like, I'm not really doing it to get that free drink.
Totally. No. Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to buy 10 drinks to get 1 drink.
Right.
But that's fun.
But that is something that keeps me, like, that's a thought for sure.
Yeah.
Like, if I have like, Mark will laugh, but there's like, 5, maybe 3 or 4 restaurants we eat at. But there's one specific that I will always pick. If no one has an opinion.
Yeah.
I'm always going to pick one restaurant. And part of that is because of that. Like, they just like, I love the food and it's healthier.
Yeah.
It's cleaner. But then it's like, these guys are constantly giving me $10 off. Like,
oh, nice. Yeah.
And it's like, if I'm going to pick if I like 4 things the same, but these people treat me a little better, who am I going with? These people. Now, the office gets more sick of the food than I do, but it's a different story.
It's fine though.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
But to wrap this up, the last thing that I think brands, and this one's so hard, and we know it's hard, and I'm sure a lot of you have tried this, but the community side, right? There are Facebook groups that literally buoy brands through
Oh my gosh.
the year.
Oh my. Even especially the hard times.
And it's because it's direct and there's people engaged in the community. And no, it's not, I don't know. People are going to say it's not technically owned like an email or whatever, but it's more of an owned audience, and you're going to get to them a lot sooner and a lot faster because of the notification within the groups. We see some brands tinkering around with like Discords. So be thinking about your own media. I mean, if email isn't reaching people in the same way, is there a place that you can get your most loyal customers to make sure that they see your product, and also use them as propulsion to reach other people?
Yeah. Yeah, I know you might think it's silly. Like, why would anybody want to create a community around
chapstick?
Yeah.
But Burt's Bees had a
dude,
rabid base.
Yeah, it's interesting. Some people just like need to be attached to something, and they're passionate about it. And they become your most loyal, successful, highest revenue, profitability generating people.
Yes, they do.
And I think a lot of people overlook the community.
So, and we know it's hard.
Totally.
Like, I'm sure a lot of people are rolling their eyes. Like, build a community.
Yeah.
Harder said than done, or harder done than said.
Easier said than done.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dyslexic. But yes, do that. Think about it.
Yeah. And also remember, just like, I want to end on this note. Also, a lot of changes you make in something that people don't like going back to email. Sometimes if you make changes on email and you stop the outreach, I know email is oftentimes meant for retention, but there are a lot of people who subscribe who have never bought from you, that your email impacts net new acquisition as well.
And it impacts it way more than you would.
So much more than you think. We've run into a couple people this year who it tanked their overall acquisition efficiency metrics.
Their first order offer email wasn't sending, or
yes,
they changed a pop-up, or
totally.
There's little details that could impact your brand.
So remember, it impacts acquisition too. It's not just like paid ads that drive everything. Like oftentimes paid ads might introduce, but the email might be the thing that converts.
So look at those metrics. There are great email people out there that do great work. But
totally.
Check your metrics, check your cohort, see what's going on. Because a lot of you might be able to fix and be on the right path just from fixing that alone.
Yeah.
Like you might be thinking about, hey, my agency, or hey, this guy or my marketing guy isn't doing a good job. And unfortunately for them, or the marketing guy or your internal team, their performance is dictated oftentimes by this month 0, month 1
Totally.
retention rate. And that might be down 30, 40, 50%.
Remember when we had Cody Whittick on the podcast?
Yeah.
A couple months ago. So he's been on the podcast a couple times. He's also another agency owner.
Yeah, we need to bring him back.
It was such a good episode.
I like Cody.
But anyways, he said something on the podcast that I know we've said before, but he just came out and bluntly said it, which was like, the lower my ROAS can be, the better the brand is. Right? Everyone's wanting a high ROAS. And he was saying this as like if I'm, competitor A and competitor B, if competitor A is focused on a 3 ROAS and competitor B is focused on a 1, which one's going to win?
Well, the one's always going to win.
The one's going to win, right? And so why can competitor B, if it's the same product, same AOV, why can competitor B be more focused on a 1 versus a 3 over here? It's because this person has somebody who's coming back and buying more frequently, or at least they understand it.
Or there's an operational side to it.
Yeah. But let's just take the retention side into this versus like they've got their OpEx dialed.
It's because they're focused on making profit on round 2.
Yeah, they understand how to get this
1.
person to come back X amount of times. Yeah. And so because of that, they are able to scale so much more on the net new acquisition, which will then come back and help them win in the long run. You know what I mean? And so retention has the ability to chase almost a zero-sum game on the acquisition side. The race to the bottom, I guess I would say, and maybe not the zero-sum.
Well, a race to the bottom, not in the sense of the value of the product, but just a race where, look, the lower you can
cost
go,
to acquire
and this is just science. This is just how an auction works.
Yeah.
If you can afford to pay more, and this is also marketing 101.
Yeah.
If you can afford to pay more for a customer, you're often going to win.
Totally.
Now, yes, that's a dangerous game. You can go out of business doing that.
Yep.
You don't have, again, the right retention and the right game plan. So we're not saying just go out there and lose a bunch of money on your first customer.
Yeah, you got to understand your cash flow and your profitability and your
products that are, you have to be first time profitable, right?
100%.
But yeah, lesson number 1 is if you're top of mind, you're going to win. And being top of mind often means you're willing to pay more for a customer because you're going to be top of mind.
Pay more in time and money.
Yes.
Yeah. Time meaning I'm sending 8 emails out a week versus 2.
Now, once you acquire that customer with the retention rate, going back to that, I just want to say stay top of mind. You're top of mind. If you're top of mind enough to get them to buy, stay top of mind and see what happens. Don't settle with the fact that someone made a first purchase.
For sure.
Like that's when you should think the game actually starts.
Totally.
Like, okay, now we have to lock in and make sure they buy again in the next X amount of time. Like that's the goal.
1,000%.
Not the first time. It's getting come back again.
Yeah. What is it? I can't remember. It's like if you can increase your retention rate by like 5%, it increases your like revenue by 25 or something. Like there's these.
Yeah, because retention. Yeah.
Like you could just do that alone, and revenues increases by 25%. Because
it starts compounding.
Yeah.
With those cohorts.
It might even be more than that. I can't remember what the numbers are.
So yes, do that,
We've
everybody. If nothing else changes, right? Like you already got these people in your freaking funnel. They already bought.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you any more. Maybe a discount.
It might cost you more, but it's worth it. It's going to cost you a lot less to get them to buy a second time.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost you to get someone to buy a first time.
Yeah, like 4.5 times less or something. Like the numbers are weird.
Oh, it's going to be
crazy.
Way less.
So retention, focus on it more. I know acquisition's great, but also create better products too. I know we didn't really talk about that, but obviously better products than everyone else. That's
if your products suck, then sorry, your retention's going to suck too.
Yeah.
So, that's just
so you got to have,
baseline.
You have to have a good product, right? You can't have something crappy that's going to fall apart or break or be hard to use or whatever it might be. So.
Okay, awesome.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening to the Unstoppable Marketer podcast. Please go rate and subscribe the podcast, whether it's good or bad. We want to hear from you because we always want to make this podcast better. If you want to get in touch with me or give me any direct feedback, please go follow me and get in touch with me. I am at the Trevor Crump on both Instagram and TikTok. Thank you, and we will see you next week.